this lesson today is about inscribed angles. Okay, so we are still examining and applying theorems involving circles. So that's what we're doing today. So I can find the measure of inscribed angle, and I can use inscribed angles and their properties to solve problems. Okay. So first of all, an inscribed angle is an angle whose vertex is on the circle. This is different from what we've done before. We've done central angles, and their vertex is at the center of the circle. Now this one's on the circle. An intercepted arc consists of the endpoints that lie on the side of the inscribed angle and all the points of the circle between them. So basically, this is an inscribed angle down here. You all see A, B, C. Its intercepted arc is the arc that basically subtends it or closes it in. That's what the term subtend means. A chord or arc subtends an angle if its endpoints lie on the sides of the angle. Okay. So here we've got angle DEF, and if I told you that this angle right here, actually we'll do it down in the drawing. This is the inscribed angle. DF is the intercepted arc, and arc DF subtends angle DEF. Y'all see that? Okay. The inscribed angle theorem says the measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of its intercepted arc. Okay, so we're going to talk about this a couple different ways. So I'm going to show you some arcs and I'm going to show you some angles. Okay, so if I told y'all this arc right here was 100 degrees, then its angle, okay, is going to be half that. So this is going to be 50. Okay. Now, if I told y'all that this angle over here was 40 degrees, then its arc would be 80 degrees. Y'all follow me so far? Okay. So once again, if I told y'all that this was 60 degrees, then my angle would be 30. Do you guys see the relationship? The angle is half the arc, or the arc is twice the angle. Okay, that's the key here. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next problem. Yeah, not that far. Okay, so notice that we have this arc right here, and it's asking us to find the angle, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to take the 136 and we're going to divide it by 2. So this angle is going to be 72 degrees. Okay, we're going to do another one together, and then y'all going to do the third one by yourself. Again, we have the arc, right? What do we do to it? We take 170, we divide it by 2, and that's going to be 85 degrees. Okay? All right, let's see if you can do the you try. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, so aren't we going to do 110 divided by 2? Again, there's my arc, right? That's what we have. So this angle is going to be 55 degrees. Okay, now the next three are that we have the angle and we're trying to find the arc. Okay, so this time we have the angle, right? And we're trying to find the arc. Yes. So what we're going to do this time, trying to find that arc right there, is we're going to do 17 times 2. If my pen's going to work. So this is 34 degrees. Okay. Okay, so what are we going to do to find this arc over here? Again, we're going to multiply 57 times 2, right? Remember, if we're trying to find the arc and we have the angle, we multiply it by 2. So that's going to be 114 degrees. All right, let's see if you guys can do the last one. Noticing here again that we have the angle, right? And we're trying to find the arc. So you're going to do 39 times 2, and that's 78 degrees. Okay, so the next one says find arc RA. So I see arc RA is right there. So let's see if we can find the angle. Ah, y'all see it right there? That's the angle. So we're going to go 2 times 47. That's going to give us 94, right? 2 times 47, 2 times 50. Okay, let me check this. So that's 94, and that was arc RA, right? Okay. Then it's saying find the angle RBC. So RB, let's see, this is a different color. Yeah, there we go. RBC is right there, right? So what is the arc that subtends it? So now we're looking for the measure of angle RBC. And so aren't we going to take the 80 and divide it by 2? Indeed, that's going to be 40 degrees, okay? All right, so the retry. So it's looking for, we're looking for, oh, looks like our thing slid over here, but it's arc ADC. So ADC is right there. So where's the angle? It's right there, isn't it? So what do we do to find the arc? The measure of arc ADC is going to be 2 times the 135, isn't it? So that's going to be 270 degrees. So the next one says find the measure of angle DAC. And again, we have this arc right here, 76, right? So finding the measure of angle DAE, we're going to take the 76 and divide it by 2. And when I take 76 and divide it by 2, so this is equal to 38 degrees. Okay, go ahead and do the U try and come back to me when you're done. So PRU, angle P, RU is right there. There's our arc, right? So the measure of angle PRU is going to be 118 divided by 2. So that's going to be 59 degrees, right? Okay, then we're looking at arc SP, right? So there's our angle 27. So this time we're going to do the measure of arc SP is going to be 2 times the 27. So that's going to be equal to 54 degrees, right? Okay, so now when we get down here to U try 4, this one's a little different. Why? Because we don't know what the arc EF is yet, do we? Okay, so we got to find this first, don't we? And how are we going to find that? What do those 3 parts have to add up to be? 360, right? You're right. So what I want to do is add the 145 plus the 111. And when I do that, I get 256. And then I'm going to take 360 and subtract the 256 from it. So that means my arc here is going to be 104 degrees, okay? So this arc is 104. So now if I'm trying to find the angle right here, what do I do to the arc again? So now I take the 104 and divide it by 2, don't I? Okay, so that's going to be 52 degrees is going to be the measure of the angle. Question mark, right? Arc divided by 2 is the angle, okay? So here again, example 4, we're going to add the 92 plus the 98, 18, 90. That's going to be 190 degrees, right? Subtract that, 360 minus the 190. That's going to be equal to 170, right? So that means this out here is 170. And what do we do to the 170 to get the angle? We divide it by 2, right? So that's going to be, so the measure of angle question mark is going to be equal to, oh, by the way, this was 170, right? That's arc DC. And then the angle is 85 degrees, right? Okay, let's see if you guys can do the last one. Okay, come back to me when you're done. 126 plus 92 is 218. Going to subtract that from 360, right? 360 minus 218 gives me 142. So that means that angle right there, or that arc right there, is 142 degrees, right? So what do we do to it to get the angle again? We divide it by 2, right? So that's going to be 71 degrees. That's going to be equal to the measure of angle arc question mark. Okay? All right, so the next one's a little different. Similar, but a little different, okay? So this one, it says, if an inscribed angles of a circle intercept the same arc or are subtended by the same chord or arc, then the angles are congruent. So what does this mean? So I need you guys to notice that I've got this angle ACB that is subtended by arc AB, and notice also that we have angle ADB, again subtended by the same arc, And we even have another angle, AEB, that is subtended by the same arc. So that means all three of those angles must be congruent. So this angle is congruent to this angle, is congruent to this angle, okay? So we're going to work some of these out. So it says angle BAD is 36. Angle BAD, this is 36 degrees, okay? So, and it says that arc AC, let's do this in a different color. How about that? Arc AC right here is 74 degrees, okay? So then it asks me, what is the measure of arc BD? Okay, well, do you guys notice that BD subtends that, right? So that's going to be 72. Why? Because 2 times 36 is 72. Then so the measure of arc BD is equal to 72, okay? And then it asks me for BCD. BCD. Wow, look at that. It's subtended by the same arc, isn't it? So those angles must be congruent, right? Those both have to be 36 degrees. So the measure of angle BCD is equal to 36 degrees as well. Okay, now it's asking me for ADC. So I'm looking at angle A. You know what? Let's erase some of this color because I can't see my... There you go. Let's do that. ADC. Okay, so A... You know what? Let's just going to erase all this right here so I can see it. Angle A... Nope, D. I'm going to D. ADC was subtended by my 74 degree angle, wasn't it? So ADC is what it's asking me for. So I want the angle. So what do I do? So to find the measure of angle ADC, aren't we going to take the 74 and divide it by 2? 74 divided by 2, what is that? 37? It's 37, y'all. Double checking my notes here. Yep, 37 degrees. So this is 37 degrees, okay? And then notice that angle ABC is subtended by the same arc, right? So that's going to have to be the same measure. So that means, again, this angle is equal to that angle, right? So the measure of angle ABC is also 37 degrees. Okay? All right. Let's see if you guys can do the next one. Let's label what we got. Angle ABC. ABC. This is 69 degrees. Subtended by this arc AC. Yes? So what we do to find the arc AC? Wouldn't we do 2 times the 69 to find that arc? So that's going to be 138, isn't it? Okay. And again, notice that angle ADC is subtended by the same arc. So that means these two angles got to be equal, right? So this is going to be 69 degrees as well. Then it's saying that arc BD, so that's this arc is 32 degrees. And then what angles is it subtended? Does it subtend? That angle, BAD. So again, when we divide that by 2, this angle right here is going to be 32 divided by 2, right? So isn't that going to be 16? And this angle and this angle right here are going to be congruent as well because, again, they're subtended by the blue arc, right? So both of those, so this is going to be 16 degrees and this is going to be 16 degrees. Are y'all starting to see a pattern? I hope so. Okay, so let's see if you guys can do your try by yourself. Pause the video, come back to me when you're done. Here's our BD. It's 82. So to find its angles, we got one right there, right? That's our BAD. And what are we going to do for BAD? The measure of angle BAD is going to be 82 divided by 2. That's 41 degrees, right? Notice we have another one over here, right? That one right there. that angle and that angle are congruent, so that's also BCD, right? The measure of angle BCD is also 41 degrees, yes? Okay, then we have that angle ADC. ADC. Huh. ADC. Well, let me do it in a different color, y'all. ADC, that's that angle right there, right? It says this is 39 degrees. So we know that if there's its arc, right? Here's the other angle that's subtended by that. So these two are going to be congruent, aren't they? 39 and 39. So that means angle ABC, the measure of angle ABC is going to be also 39, right? Now what do we have to do to find that arc? To find the measure of arc AC, don't we have to do 2 times the 39? And 2 times 39 is 78, right? That's equal to 78 degrees, okay? All right, so let's see what's different about this next one. This one says find question mark. Now, oh, I see something a little bit different about this problem. Anybody see it? Okay, so I see half a circle here. Y'all see that? I see it cut in half. That's a diameter, right? Okay, so now let's look at this. So we have this angle 41. So what is this arc right here that subtends it? 2 times 41, that would be what? 82 degrees. So how are we going to find the top one up here where the question mark is? That. Find a different color. How are we going to find this if this is half the circle, y'all? Are we going to do 180 minus 82? So when we do 180 minus 82, that is going to be 98 degrees. Does everybody see that? Okay, so here we go again. I see another diameter right there. And I see that this angle says it's 51. So isn't this arc out here going to be 2 times 51, which is 102? And how are we going to find this arc over here again? See, we got the top half up there, right? So this is going to be 180 minus the 102. And 180 minus 102 is 78. If you guys can do you try 6, okay? Come back to me when you're done. Here again, got half my circle right there, right? I got this part. Wait, I didn't draw that right, did I? Let's do that again. So I'm going to draw my half circle here. Oh, there. This is the angle we're referring to. 58. So this would be 2 times 58 right here, which would be 116, right? And then we've got this little part of our circle left up here. So it's going to be 180 minus 116. And that would be 64 degrees. So our last three, once again, we're going to check out. We have half our circle here. Y'all see this right here? I have half my circle right there. Now, if this is 80, isn't this 180 minus 80? So this is 100 degrees right there, isn't it? Okay, now notice that this angle right here subtends that 100-degree arc, doesn't it? So what do? We take, to find the angle, we take the 100 and divide it by 2. So this is going to be 50 degrees. Y'all see that? Okay. So once again, we got our half circle here. So we're going to do 180 minus our 68 here to find that arc. And that's going to be 112 degrees, right? So here again, notice that we've got this angle. We'll draw it with a different color. This angle, right? Right there. So that's the arc that subtends it. Y'all see it? So what do we have to do with the 112 to find the angle? We take the 112, we divide it by 2, and that's going to be equal to 56 degrees, right? All right, let's see if you guys can do the last one. There's our semicircle, right? So this one has the angle inside it, doesn't it? So this one's a little different. I'm trying to see if you guys can think. So here we go. Here's the angle. So that's what subtends it. So to find this is going to be 2 times 56, which is equal to, what is that, 112 degrees, right? So then, let's see if we can find this angle. This angle right here is subtended by that arc, and don't we need to find that arc? So that arc is going to be 180 minus the 112, and 180 minus 112 is 68, right? So if that angle, if that arc right there is 68, what do we do to it to find the angle? 68 divided by 2, again, you got it, is 34 degrees. That's it.